Welcome to the 2012 Walk of Stars Sidewalk Dedication event. Is this an exciting and beautiful evening? You couldn't ask for better weather, right? Woo! Santa Crita is the best. On behalf of the City of Santa Crita and the Santa Crita Valley Chamber of Commerce, it's my pleasure to have you with us tonight to honor some of Hollywood's brightest stars. I'm joined by Councilmember Marcia McLean, and somewhere Councilman Bob Keller is in the crowd with you.
There he is. Right over there.
All right.
Right here, you're right.
Yo, Bob. The Walk of Stars, which I like to compare to Hollywood's Walk of Fame, Santa Crita's pays homage to Santa Crita's Western heritage. It was established in 1981, and it is part of the event that shows our Western roots and rich film culture. So for more than 30 years, we have gathered annually to honor actors, directors, and film professionals for their contributions to the Western heritage of America, right here in Santa Crita. Woo! I can tell you that this is a really big deal, not only here in Santa Crita, but in Hollywood, because the preservation of the American West is not only part of our community's past, it is a big part of Hollywood's past. And it is fitting that we induct tonight legends. We do so under the watchful gaze of William S. Hart's beautiful mansion, and on the streets where some of the silver screen's biggest legends like Tom Mix, Harry Carey, John Wayne, Gene Autry, and even Bill Hart himself filmed. It is now my pleasure to share a few words about our first honoree, the legendary actor Glenn Ford. Glenn was a son of a Canadian railroad executive who moved his family to Santa Monica when Ford was 8 years old. Ford had a love of acting from an early age and began honing his craft in high school plays and with the West Coast Acting Company. In 1939, Glenn was discovered by a talent scout for 20th Century Fox and starred in Heaven with a Barbed Wire Fence. This actually was filmed here in Newhall. During this same time, Ford signed a contract with the then up-and-coming Columbia Pictures and began acting in various small roles until his film career was put on hold to join the Marines in World War II. Another good actor who was a great veteran. His military career included time in the Naval Reserve well into the Vietnam War, where he achieved the rank of captain. As you can see, Ford was truly an American hero and an icon both on and off screen. In 1943, Ford married the legendary tap dancer Eleanor Powell and had one son, Peter Ford, who is with us this evening. After returning from military service, Ford found it initially difficult to jump back into acting, but his career regained momentum in 1946 when he starred in A Stolen Life with Bette Davis. That same year, Ford starred in Gilda with Rita Hayworth. This propelled his career and helped make him one of the most popular actors of his time. Throughout his prestigious 50-plus year career, Mr. Ford appeared in more than 100 films, but it is best known for his roles in westerns like 3:10 to Yuma, which will be showing on Friday night at Melody Ranch, The Rounders, The Sheepman, and Cimarron. And not unlike our second honoree, Ford was known for his charisma both on and off screen and his very strong work ethic. Our main street is lined with names of great Western actors, and it is truly my pleasure to share that tonight with legendary Glenn Ford joins other stars in our Old Town Newhall in a tribute to his life, his career, his contributions to preserving the American West. At this time, I would like to invite Peter Ford up to say a few words, after which we will officially unveil his father's bronze terrazzo star and right here on the Santa Crita Walk of Western Stars. Peter, I'd like you to come speak, but before you do, let me officially give you a plaque
Well, thank you.
that commemorates the Walk of Stars.
Well, thank you. Well, it's a pleasure to be here, and I'm walking around with my wife Linda. We were looking at all the other plaques on the sidewalk, and I think Dad is in good company. It's my pleasure to be here, and I look forward to coming here often. And thank you so much for honoring my dad. Appreciate it very much.
At this time, I would like to welcome up the chairman of the Santa Cruz Valley Chamber of Commerce, Mr. Chris Angelo, to the podium. Come on up, Chris. And he will do the inductee this evening for Mr. Joel Cox, an amazing guy.
Thank you very much, Councilmember West. On behalf of the Santa Cruz Chamber of Commerce, I want to say it's a privilege to be here tonight with all of you. I also want to recognize somebody in the audience that is a past Walk of Western Star inductee, and that is Peggy Stewart. Let's give a round of applause for Peggy. I have the pleasure of introducing to you one of Hollywood's brightest stars behind the scenes, Academy Award winning editor, Mr. Joel Cox. Joel's career began at an early age, and thanks to a great deal of his hard work, he enjoyed a storied career in entertainment. Now Joel's notoriety these days is for his editing work, but he actually got off to a good start as a baby in front of the camera in a film called Random Harvest, starring Ronald Colman and Greer Carson. About 20 years after his on-camera debut, Joel began work in the mailroom at Warner Brothers. It didn't take long for the company to recognize his ambition. And as he moved into the cutting room as an uncredited assistant editor on films like Woodstock and the Western The Wild Bunch, Joel garnered his first credited as an assistant on the Western film The Outlaw Josie Wales, which also happened to be his first collaborations with Clint Eastwood. And some would say it was a much needed match made in heaven, because since that date, Joel has gone to work with Eastwood on more than 40 films. That's right, 40 films in his career, with some of the Westerns credits including films like we all know Pale Rider, Bronco Billy, and Unforgiven, which garnered Joel his Academy Award for Best Film Editing. Unforgiven was added to the United States National Film Registry in 2004 for its cultural, historical, and aesthetic significance. And interestingly, it was one of 3 Westerns to win the Oscar for Best Picture. And you know what the other 2 were? Cimarron and Dances with Wolves. The original, that's right. What is remarkable about Joel is he is one of the most down-to-earth people in Hollywood, and he'll tell you this. His success was driven by a strong work ethic. He was born and raised here in Southern California, and today lives in Newhall with his wife Judy. In fact, you might just catch him here, right behind me, at the Cello Winery on any given night, enjoying a glass of wine and some conversation. It is now my pleasure to welcome Joel to say a few words, after which we will officially unveil his bronze and Toronto plaque on Santa Cruz Walk of Western Stars. Joel.
First, I'd like to just say that I am truly honored tonight to receive this. This is, in my life, I never dreamed of awards and things like that as a kid. But to be inducted this evening with Glenn Ford is an honor. I grew up as a kid watching Saturday afternoon matinee westerns, and to move on in my career and then receive an Academy Award for a Western, that evening was truly special to me. And that evening is like tonight. This is special to me because for an editor to be honored out here in this Walk of Fame is something, because we are behind the scenes. We are not the story out in front. But it takes a large group of people to make a film, and it's not just one person. I'm just fortunate enough that I am the end of the funnel of 300 people's work, and I am part of putting a film on the screen, the final product. So I am always honored when our films hit the screen, because I know that I have given my heart to that film, each and every one of them, to be the best film they can be. And that is a lot of hard work, and it is not taken easy, because you have so many people doing so much in front of you, and you have such a responsibility. But I do work with the director hand in hand. It is a collaboration, and I can't do my job if the 300 people in front of me don't do their job. So this is an honor not only for me, but for everyone I work with on films. I thank you very much. God bless you all.